the question is, when do chickens start laying eggs? Your young female chickens, which are called pullets, will start laying eggs typically around 16 to 24 weeks of age. This pullet here is Fern. She started laying her eggs at 21 weeks of age. Her sister Charlotte, however, started laying eggs at 19 weeks. So it can certainly vary even with sisters. There are some signs that you're going to want to watch for to know when your pullet is going to start laying. You will notice that their comb here on top gets more red and it swells up. It looks more plump. And underneath, the wattle here will also get red and larger. When you start seeing that, then you should start watching for other signs that she's getting ready to lay. She'll start looking for places to lay. So she'll try out nesting boxes, she'll try out corners that are a little tucked away. You'll see her scratching around, squatting down and kind of bedding down in those areas, just trying them out. Another thing that you'll notice is when you walk by your pullet or you reach for them, they may squat down in a submissive pose where their wings go out just a little bit when they're in that squatting position. That's their way of letting a rooster know that they are ready to mate, that submissive squat. So they'll start practicing that when they're getting ready to lay their first egg. When I start seeing these changes with my pullets, there are two things that I do. First, it's usually around 18 weeks that I start seeing these changes, and I will start to change their diet. So I transition them from Purina Start and Grow, and then I transition them to a layer pellet. I use Green Mountain Farms organic layer pellets, so I slowly transition them over a week's period to get them the calcium that they're going to need to lay that first egg. It is important though not to change their feed prior to them starting to show those signs and being 18 weeks or ready to lay an egg, because when they're growing they really do need that higher protein of the starter grower feed, and it's not until they're more mature, ready to lay eggs, that you want to put them on the layer feed, which is a bit lower in protein. The second thing that I do is I place fake eggs in the nesting box. So I will take a artificial egg and I will place it in the nesting boxes that I want them to use, and that can help entice them to use those nesting boxes that you want them to lay their eggs in. If they're not sure where to lay their eggs, you may find eggs in various corners of the coop or around the yard, or in my case in the goat pen. So it's important to keep those fake eggs. It's not going to be 100%. They're going to try out different spots and see where they like to lay their eggs. But the fake eggs do actually help encourage them to lay their eggs where those eggs are. I get brown fake eggs because my Buff Orpingtons lay brown eggs, but the fake eggs, they do come in other colors. I was able to find mine at a local feed store. The ones that I get are ceramic eggs, but they do come in different forms depending on what kind of eggs you'd like to have in your coop. The very first egg that you find, you're gonna know that it's from your pullet. And the reason is because it's going to be so small. That first egg and a few eggs after that, they are really tiny. While the pullet is getting used to laying eggs, they start off with small eggs. Sometimes that first egg will have a little bit of blood streaking on it, and that's totally normal. I did see that with Charlotte's egg, but not with Fern's. No, not with yours. But again, totally normal. Nothing to be worried about. They handle their egg laying just fine. Now, at 9 months of age, Fern and Charlotte, they both lay the same size eggs as my grown hens. And so now I can't tell the difference. So now you know, there's signs that you can watch for to know when your pullet is going to lay their first egg. And you can expect that on average it'll be around 18 weeks or so. Maybe a little bit older for your larger breeds, like a Buff Orpington. If you'd like to see more videos, you should definitely check out our chicken care playlist. We have lots of great chicken videos.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're learning to farm like me. There is so much more to see. If you're planning on heading elsewhere, Bangor UE, yeah, yeah, yeah. This really is the place to be. What are you waiting for? Get your farm on